So this is an SSS. Just kind of list those sides out. This is going to require the law of cosines. So I guess if that is side C, this is going to be angle C. I'm going to write out the law of cosines and solve it. So let's see here. C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine C. It's going to be much easier to have values in there than dealing with these variables. So C squared would be 7 squared. A squared would be 5 squared. B squared would be 3 squared. 2AB. 2 times 5 times 3 cosine of C. So that needs some simplification. 25 plus 9 is 34. Two times 5 times 3 is 30. So let's get that by itself. We're going to want to subtract 34. 49 minus 34 is 15. Oh, would you look at that? That's going to be a rational number. 15 divided by negative 30 is negative 1/2. And so that means that all of this works out to the cosine of C equals negative 1/2. So if the cosine of C equals negative 1/2, I just need to ask my calculator what that is. And make sure I'm in degrees mode. Yep. So the arc cosine of negative 0.5, 120. 120 degrees. I love it, a whole number. Does that look like an obtuse angle, 120 degrees? It sure does to me. So that angle right there, I'll just go right there, 120 degrees. So cool. 120. Okay, good. So with that one angle found, I now have a side and its opposite angle. So law of cosines, be gone. And now we'll finish this up with the law of sines. So the law of sines says that a dry marker is hard to read. That's what the law of sines says. The law of sines says that the sine of an angle over its opposite side is constant across the triangle. Oh yeah, that is pretty squeaky. What's better, illegible or squeaky?
Same thing.
I guess I'll fill it in a different color. So I've got A. That's 5. I got B. That's 3. I got C. That's 7. I got C. That's 120. So I'm going to do the sine of 120 and divide it by 7. See what I get. Sine of 120, close the parentheses, divided by 7, 0.123717, blah, 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 blah. All right. So I can basically replace this with what the calculator just said, 0.1237, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So let's just do this part. Just do that one. If you want to know the sine of B, multiply both sides by 3 times 3, and that is 0.371153, blah, 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 blah. So multiply both sides by 3, and that's 0.371153, 3711 537 blah 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 blah. And so if you want to know angle B, take the inverse sine of it. Take the inverse sine of that. So that is what I shall do. The inverse sine of this number is 21.7867 blah blah. Now, I believe the instructions in the problem say to round the angles to the nearest tenth of a degree. So that will be 21.8 degrees. That's angle B, 21.8 degrees. B is 21.8 degrees. And angle B is the one opposite side B, which is 3. So that's this one right there, 21.8 degrees. And now that I've got two angles, I'm all done with the law of sines. I'm all done with the law of cosines. I just have to do 180 minus 120 minus 21.8, and I've got 38.2. And that'll do it.